Everything's 0.1 or 0.2 in this town. It's a cute little town. Trail used to go right through here. Pretty cool. You could go up through there. I am not going to because the blaze is over here. Caratunk post office. Yesterday was a wild ride. Look who's back. I got my guitar back. Stormbreaker. Mailed it to Caratunk. Yesterday was absolutely my worst day on trail. I had 3, if not 4 or 5 meltdowns. 2 of them, maybe 3 of them, were major meltdowns where I felt like I hit rock bottom and just kept bouncing off the bottom. The bugs absolutely murdered me yesterday, and I had my bug net on from when I was breaking down camp, and that was my first meltdown. I mean, I woke up comfortable in my tent, and luckily the mosquitoes weren't getting in, but they were outside my tent waiting for me. And as soon as I started putting my stuff in my pack and breaking down my tent, the mosquitoes were just vicious. I was done with bugs, so I just wanted to get to the river, and I did, and I got lucky. There were some trail volunteers working on the trail that were getting ferried across by a guy, Mike, who owns property right there on the river, has a bed and breakfast, Airbnb type of thing, does fishing tours. His family does whitewater rafting tours, so he gave me a ferry across. I asked him what I could give him, and he said just 20. It's usually 40 for after hours, and I was like, let me just give you 40 because you're my hero. He gave me a ride to the Sterling Inn on top of ferrying me across the river. There's plenty of space at the Sterling Inn. I got there at like 6:30, got a little bit more resupply, so I have 3 days. It should only take me 2, but it's wet, so we'll see if it slows me down. 2 or 3 days to Monson. I'm gonna zero at Shaw's because I got my butt kicked this week, and today's just a start over day. You know, I'm getting an early start. I should be able to make my miles. The one thing, it's slippery out because of the rain. Even though it stopped raining, ground's wet, and I found out yesterday these topos absolutely stink in the rain. Yesterday, as I was going insane with all the mosquitoes, I remember coming across one of the plank bog bridges. They were probably different flowers. They might have been these purple lilac looking things. They were just some flowers around the bog bridge, around the puddle. Nice little field right here. Anyway, I remember wanting to pull my camera out and just take a picture or a quick video of the flowers, because I didn't shoot too many videos or pictures yesterday because the bugs were awful. But I just remember being pissed and just upset. I was like, I can't take a second to take a picture. I'll get eaten alive. I can't pull my camera out and take one picture. And I just remember that was one of my little episodes where it's like, what the hell am I doing out here? I'm not enjoying it. Yesterday was the worst day. You know, I can't even stop and take a picture of something that I think is, you know, beautiful out in nature. Yesterday was a quiet day. It was just a miserable day with the mosquitoes. Today, it was sprinkling earlier, but this is mostly recycled rain. The wind blowing the raindrops out of the trees from yesterday. My mindset was to just reset, not worry about the bugs. I did get some lotion. I rubbed it on my calves. I was even wearing my bug net for a second when I stopped to filter water. Because they're here, they're just not in droves like they were yesterday. There were dozens at a time, constantly swarming me. Now the rain is matting them down, keeping their numbers down, which allows me to just kind of take a deep breath and reset. I have my bug lotion, I have my bug net, I have my afterbite stick. That's the best I can do. We'll see how the 100 mile wilderness, we'll see how that treats me. A lot of rain is forecasted as far as a lot of days, like 4 or 5 days, but not heavy rain, like 0.1, 0.25. Some of the days it's raining slow and steady all day, but again, I don't think it's more than a quarter inch of rain. And that changes. The rain wasn't predicted today, but I did see it falling at one point. Now it seems to be a clear sky, and all these sprinkles are coming from the trees and the wind. I guess the wind gusts are supposed to be up to 21 miles per hour today. Anyway, it's just a different challenge, which I was hoping for yesterday when they were forecasting rain, and it really didn't come until late, and it was just sprinkles. I was all done with the bug challenge, and I was looking forward to the rain challenge. This might be more days of rain than I want. Pleasant Pond lean-to. Way too early in the day. We're looking for Bald Mountain Brook lean-to, or Bald Mountain lean-to, or whatever they are. So that's got to be the first one that's 14. And then there's another one 4 miles past that. It's been a good reset day. No mosquitoes really. I mean, they're out here, but few and far between with this weather. This is a pretty cool little section of trail. I just have about 2 miles, somewhere between 2 miles, 2.5 miles to get to camp. It'll be nice to get to camp early. Doesn't make sense to push on any farther because it's a shelter and who knows what the weather's really going to be like, but I don't want to set my tent up if it's going to rain overnight. Pretty cool. You could go up through there. I am not going to because the blaze is over here. Beautiful, calm before the storm. It's at least 4, if not 5 days of rain. And tomorrow they are forecasting a ½ inch of rain. So it's going to start at like 3 in the morning according to the forecast I just looked at from Moscow. Might be a Russian forecast, I don't know. But it's going to start at like 3 in the morning, and there's a chance of rain all day until at least 5. That's as far as I could see. And then I looked at the precipitation, and maybe a little lull around noon, and maybe a little lull around 6. Maybe if you're lucky it'll stop. That's a beautiful mountainside up there. Someone I'm hiking near said it's a good day to look at your feet. I'm amazed I made it down that rock face without sliding right into the river. And, you know, no more than mid-shin deep, but the rocks are slippery. So, my feet were already wet this morning when I was putting my socks and wet trail runners on. So I wasn't about to take them off. I hate crossing fords barefoot anyway, but I wasn't expecting to get my feet this soaked. We'll see if I can't hike it off. It's still early in the day. I mean, I'm really just getting started. So it's going to be a long day hiking in wet. Soaking wet trail runners, but I thought today was going to be a little bit more than 18, closer to 19 plus, but Far Out told me 18 miles this morning. So if the math was 37 point something from Caratunk and I only went 18.8 yesterday, I don't know how another 18 makes 37 point something. It only makes 36.8, but I don't care. The weather lies, Far Out lies, the signs on the trail lie, white lies, but it's all the same. I'm not getting the facts. In beautiful, lovely Monson, Maine, there's the Appalachian Trail Visitor Center over there. We're gonna check out the general store on the way back to the hostel, see if they have beer, because we're doing some serious drinking before we do some serious hiking. 114 and a half miles to go. Might take a boat through the 100-mile wilderness. Oh, a kitty. This is where the hikers hang out. Guitars, drums, piano, a lot of movies, smart TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube. A lot of goofy stuff on the wall. I think that's a mandolin. There are a lot of complimentary beverages here.
Are you supposed to go do the dentist appointment?
So this is it, a 6 or 7 day food carry. I already regret it. It's heavy as hell. I'm not looking forward to seeing if it even fits in this stuff sack and how heavy it's gonna be on my pack. This is my room here at Shaw's. It's nice. I've got a bigger bed over there, and there's 2 beds in the room, so I'm just using this to lay out my food and my clothes. That fan dried out my wet trail runners faster than the shoe dryer in the garage was drying out other people's shoes, so thankful for that. Cozy room, 2 nights stay, 2 breakfasts. We supply to get through the 100-mile wilderness. Trying a few new bars, you know, because I could only get what they had. So these Bobo's stuffed peanut butter and jam bars, they have a lot of calories. I mean, they're pretty heavy, but they're 290 calories. I'm pretty happy about that. And I don't know how many ounces they are, but they're heavy. And then the honey stinger bars, they didn't have the wafers, so I tried these because these have a big calorie count too, if I can find it. 260. So anyway, I was hoping to get food at that A-Ball Bridge General Store, but from what I heard, they're closed and may not be dependable. We'll see. All that could change by the time I get there. Heading down to the general store just to get a few things like a jar of peanut butter and maybe some different coffee that they didn't have in the Poets Emporium gear shop. They got a lot of stuff in there. I wish I was able to hold off on my trail runners until I got here, but it just didn't work out that way. They have the Ultra Olympius, or whatever they are, Olympus, in my size, and I would have liked to try them, but I'm not gonna replace these that I spent $150+ on, even though I don't like these in the rain. I might not like the Ultra Olympus in the rain. It's been an interesting day and a half. I got in yesterday just a little after 3. This is the last town stop. There'll be no more town stops on my hike, and I'm looking forward to kind of being finished, but then at the same time, you know, I'm thinking about where I started. I'm thinking about what I may or may not do when I get finished. I've been thinking about Norwood Pond and walking around my hometown pond with Thunder, and I remember Peter, my brother from another mother, not my real brother Peter, but the guy Peter that I used to talk to that wanted to give me a walk in the woods, and I used to tell him what I wanted to do, and here I am, almost finished. Last town stop, just got the 100-mile wilderness and Summit in Katahdin. It's 114 and a half miles, so I'm gonna run in here real quick. Lakeshore House Lodging Pub and Eats, where we ate last night. Delicious food. There's the AT Visitor Center. Walking through the quiet town of Monson one last time. I got a pizza, large cheese. I have 2 beers left. It's a little past 6, so I have a little under 2 hours and 45 minutes. I should be in bed by 9, possibly 10, but I don't want to be up late. I want to be up early. Breakfast is at 7. So I really just have to be up before that, but I'm gonna go back to the hostel, excuse me. Pack my pack the best I can tonight. Probably sleep in what I'm gonna hike in tomorrow because it's all clean. And that's it. Getting ready to hit the trail. Last time leaving a town. 114 and a half miles. 100-mile wilderness. I think Lumberjack said it was an 87 something mile wilderness, actually, not 100, but we'll see. I've got too much food. It's too heavy in my pack. But if I get to A-Ball Bridge Campground and I want to spend the night before I go spend the night at the Birches, just to rest before I summit, or if the weather's not great and I want to wait a day to summit, I hope I have enough food. We'll have to wait and see. I could get there and have too much food. That's the trail for you. I can't worry too much about tomorrow. Just got to worry about today. Today's about resting.